Ben?
I've been great. How's everybody?
Good.
I'm not here to break any news. I've been in a couple of other buildings since the start of the season on Tuesday night. Loving being here. It's always great to see the Buffalo crowds in this building full. This is a great hockey town, great fans, and it's always fun to come here for a game.
Gary, like you've said, you've seen the market, you know what it's like. The building's full tonight. How disconcerting is it to see one of your prime markets in the longest playoff drought in the history of the league? And what kind of dialogue might the league want to have at some point with the front?
How team performance is something that I leave to the teams, and no team enjoys having to go through a rebuilding process in a drought. But there's no doubt in my mind that Terry Pegula is dedicated to hockey, committed to Buffalo. And I assure you, he's not any happier than any fan is about the fact that he'd like to see the team perform better than it has. And I know he's committed to doing it.
How about the building itself? This is an older building that needs some repair and everything. What kind of conversations have you had with whether Pete Kowelli or Terry Pegula about, improving the building?
Well, I know that they were focused on a plan to make some improvements to the building. The bones are good. Mm-hmm. The building's 30 years old. It probably needs some work to upgrade it. It may be the oldest building of that age that hasn't had a major renovation, and I know that's something that they are focused on. Probably only so many construction projects that you can focus on at a time, but the other one has been successful, and I have no doubt that they'll turn their attention to this one and do the things that would be appropriate for the building and most importantly for the fans. But again, I don't worry about Terry Pegula's commitment. And if you look at the things that they've done around the arena, you look at the investments they made in Buffalo, nobody should be concerned about that.
Gary, with the new Highmark Stadium coming in, what kind of chance does Buffalo have to land an outdoor game? Does the NHL want to bring it back?
Oh, no. We're focused on it. It would be great. I'm not making an announcement or committing to it, but we're kind of focused on whether or not we can do it around the 20th anniversary of the original Winter Classic. But we've already had discussions about the possibility of an outdoor game at Highmark, and that's something that we think would be great.
Did you get a tour today?
No, I've been bouncing around. I was in Toronto last night, but I had to be back in the office today because I had meetings all day, and then I came back up for the game. But I actually was talking about getting a tour the next time I'm up here. My understanding is it's terrific.
When you were here for that first game, that outdoor game,
yes.
Did you ever dream it would turn into what it's turned into?
Oh, we knew it all along. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Okay. No. We believed it would be something special, and it was. And if you were a Hollywood producer, you couldn't have scripted it any better that day. The crowd was great. The building was full. The game was great. The weather conditions, gave you the snow globe effect. The fact that the game went into a shootout. I know from Buffalo's standpoint it was the wrong outcome, but it was still a great event, and it launched us onto 43 outdoor games. I may be off a little bit, and we're grateful that we did it here first, and we're going to come back, I promise. Just got to work out the schedule, and it's going to be great to put it in the new building.
Gary, the cap certainly where it's going shows the league revenues where they are. How concerned are you that there could become a little bit of a split as the cap rises, and some teams may become have-nots and there may be haves?
Everybody goes to the cap or close to it. The only time you don't go to the cap is if you've got a young team and you've got some free agents coming up and you have to leave room. But virtually everybody's close to the cap. There seems to be a little bit of a misconception. While obviously revenues have been growing and we're setting records every year, part of the growth of the cap this year, next year, and the year after is we're catching up to putting the cap back to where it would have been had we not been through COVID and had the flat cap. And the reason we had the flat cap, just to refresh everyone's recollection, is the players as a group owed us about $1.5 billion because during COVID we paid everybody's salaries, which was more than 50%. It was repaid faster than anybody could have anticipated because we came out of COVID very strong. but we didn't want to just restore it all at once because that would have been unfair. It would have benefited the players that unfairly who happened to become free agents and to the detriment of those. So we, with the Players Association, scaled it over 3 years to get it back to where it belongs. And then it's linked to revenues as it always has been.
Gary, I know you mentioned you leave kind of the on-ice struggles to the individual teams, but what about off the ice with the Sabres? I mean, attendance hasn't been strong in the business.
This is a great hockey market, and it's just a question of performance. And I know they're working very hard on it, and I know it's vitally important to Terry, and he's committed to getting it right. By the way, you know, I remember when he first bought the Bills initially, there was a lot of criticism, and it took, I don't know, 3 or 4 years for that team to get good. Even if this is taking a little longer, the commitment should never be doubted. He's a terrific owner.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.